California is facing a serious pension plan problem. It's a crisis. In fact, the LA Times has even quantified it as that. We have cities, counties, and the state that are sucking air because there's so much money now being contributed to the pension plan for contributions by employers. Serious numbers. San Jose, some 23% of their budget is going to pension plans. So what's been happening? Well, first, we have employers that are paying larger amounts of their budgets into the plan, which is a defined benefit pension plan, which is based on a formula which is calculated with the use of actuaries to determine what should be put into a pension plan in order to meet certain pension benefit formulas when an employee is expected to retire. It's not a 401k where an employee gets whatever's in the pot and can allocate to himself whatever he wants over the rest of his or her life. So we've asked employers to pay more. We've also asked employees to step up to the plate and pay more. So public employees for, say, the County of Orange are paying more out of their paychecks, reducing their net pay in order to start funding for the pension plan. In fact, in Orange County, they've got a pretty incredible increase in their pension benefits, and they're also paying in for that as well. That was part of the negotiated terms. The only party that hasn't really been stepping up to the plate is the retirees. And so SB 1031 is saying maybe the retirees ought to be part of the solution as well. If this plan fails, they're the first that will be impacted. In fact, when the city of Detroit filed for Chapter 9 bankruptcy, Judge Rhodes, the federal judge overseeing that city's bankruptcy, actually gave retirees a haircut. So retirees are going to be right in the scope as a target should the city that these employees had retired from file for Chapter 9 bankruptcy protection. So 1031 is saying, why don't we prospectively, moving forward, start having retirees also put some skin into the game? And that's done by not allowing or not granting their cost of living adjustments as they come up every year. Some pension plans in the state of California grant a 3% annual cost of living adjustment. Let me tell you what this means. There is a little simple rule that we use in the financial planning industry. It's called the rule of 72s. If you divide whatever interest rate you're earning into 72, that's how many years it will take for your money to double. So let's say, just for the sake of an example, you have an investment that's earning 12% a year. Your principal will double in 6 years. So if you're making 3% a year, your principal will double in 24 years. So if you're a police officer and you get to get 75% of your ending pay at age 50 after 25 years of service, and you're making $100,000 a year when you retire, you'll get a $75,000 pension benefit per year plus the 3% COLA. So within 24 years, when you're 74, you'll be making $150,000 a year, and that's all paid for by taxpayers. And now you can see why this financial obligation is getting to be more onerous and more demanding and more expensive and maybe unsustainable. So we're just saying with SB 1031, retirees, consider that you should be in the game. And the threshold for putting you in the game is if your pension system is less than 80% funded. If it's more than 80% funded, not an issue. But if your plan is starting to struggle and hasn't met what we would consider the bottom threshold, if you're less than 80% funded, that's not a good barometer of where the plan is. And California is at 68% funded? It's struggling. CalPERS is struggling. And so everyone should be involved in making sure that the pension plan succeeds. And SB, Senate Bill 1031, is part of that solution. And I hope that explains the math and the need and the fun we're having here, because California needs to do some form of pension reform, and it needs to be done quickly.